Welcome to the fifth session of presentations here in our introduction to continuous improvement or lean concepts. This one is on visual management. What we've listed here is some reference materials that you can to get up to speed a little bit in more detail. Need to thank Dean Ely for allowing me to excerpt information from her industry presentation. And it has examples from Harrison Steel, St. Vincent's Health, the Swedish furniture manufacturer IKEA, and Dream Dinners. Also must thank Mary Pat Cooper for her Culture of Change presentation back in '09 at Wabash Valley Lean Network. Looking back, she helped to create the spark of my interest to learn about lean that continues today. Her Kaizen sketchbook is truly a comprehensive illustrative field guide for lean transformation. As she stated in her book, the problem is not the problem is not seeing the problem. Introduction to visual management. Visual management principles. What we try to do is make problems visible, spotlight problems. And now, we've been talking about Kaizeneer, the 5 easy step process to do Kaizen. And last 2 sessions we went into continuous improvement Kaizen style to help you find the opportunity, the first step. And we also used 5S, which is pillars of visual management, as you'll see as we go along here. This is just an expansion of that. Staying in touch with reality. The reality of Gemba. Gemba is where all the important work is done. The work that the company gets paid for. And setting targets, clarifying targets for improvement. As stated in one of the books, abnormalities or problems arise every day. You can't change that. That happens. They're either under control or they're not. Visual management helps us to better understand and implement the following major areas to help us keep them under control. Identify them and correct them before they get out of control. Specifically in visual controls, visual management in the 5 M's, that's manpower, machines, materials, methods, and measurement. Visual management in 5S. And posting standards. If you know what's expected of you, it's a lot easier to do it. It's also a lot easier to train new employees. This is all referenced from Mr. Maya's Gemba Kaizen book. So let's go into the detail here a little bit more here. Visual controls from Mary Pat Cooper's Kaizen books. You can read this probably as best as I can, but it makes the problems visible so people can take corrective actions to fix them immediately. It displays the operating progress status and provides immediate feedback to people to help ensure a safe, comfortable, and productive work environment. Remember, our whole point in doing Kaizen is to make our job easier, to make it more interesting, make it more safe and comfortable, right? This fits right in with that key here. Visual control takes many forms, as you'll see in this presentation. Lights, flags, flip tags. Primarily, visual control exposes abnormal conditions promptly. Visual management in the 5 M's. Visual management displays any abnormalities of these things listed. Manpower, morale, skill level. Are they doing the job right? Machines, are they producing good quality products? Properly lubricated, have transparent covers so we can see what's going on in there. Materials, flowing smoothly. Where stored, at what stock levels. Methods, are people doing their job right? Measurements, is the process running smoothly? The improvements we've made, are they being implemented and are they on target? And is equipment properly gauged? Visual management with 5S. The 5 pillars of 5S, which are listed down through the bullets there, gives us better visual management. Sort. First thing we do in the 5S program, when we went through a couple sessions ago, discard any unnecessary item and copies of items. Set an order. A place for everything and everything in its place. So if it's not being used, we know where it is. And if it's not there, where is it? That's a problem. Shine. This is more than just a cleaning program. Yes, it's that. Like we talked about in 5S, if you move your couch, rearrange your furniture, you got dirt and stuff you've got to clean up. But it's also routine maintenance. We assign the routine maintenance to the operators. That promotes ownership of the equipment, and also it allows more time for the maintenance techs to work on preventive maintenance. So we don't have any breakdown maintenance, costly stuff. Standardize. It's primarily a method to make sure we do the first 3 steps. And sustain is making it habit forming. Do it over and over until it becomes habit forming. Posting standards. It's much easier to train new employees and also to keep people on track if we post displays of what's expected. The top line is a combination of things. This is the quality, cost, and delivery information. That is primarily used by upper management to develop things like mission statements, improvement plans, and so forth. And if they meet the QCD, your customer's happy. Quality, cost, and delivery. So that's a higher level, but it ripples down through everything else. Display the actual rejects. Can you imagine what kind of feedback that gives an employee if they come out by the table and they say, hey, wow, that one's not made right. That is not, display it. Not to embarrass people, but to say, hey, yes, we do occasionally have a defect. Let's not repeat that. Workers' hours. A big thing here in the equipment area is overall equipment efficiency. It even has its own acronym. Basically, this one takes into into consideration everything that's needed to make sure that a piece of equipment is ready for you when you need to use it. We even measure and post the number of suggestions, Kaizen suggestions made. Trying to encourage people to get those ideas in, as we talked about before, in the continuous improvement area, and get those things posted on the Kaizen Wall of Fame, Kaizen implementation rate, and also the quality circle activities. So as a brief review, do I expect you to be a VM, visual management expert? No. But do I expect you to know where to find materials and examples that you need to study to brush up on it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So let's add some excerpts. Like I said, this was using, and Dean Ely was nice enough to allow us to use her visual management presentation. And you just may be surprised how much visual management you use in your life already. You've seen these displays before. You know what they mean, right? Yeah. Flag man, stay to the left. And if you've ever been on an airplane, you know what this is. It's a picture. But it's the airplane emergency exit processes. If for some reason you got to get off that thing, here's how and where. So let's look at Dean Ely's approach to visual management. She comes a little bit different than we do. The bottom line is workplace organization, visual displays, visual measurements. And the top one, when it gets down here a little bit later, it's going to say visual management. So it's the same subject, just broken out a little bit differently, but that's fine.